So we discussed the kinematics of flow. Okay. We know that m dot is equal to rho a v is equal to rho into q, and q is equal to a v. So then we also said that continuity equation a1 v1 equals to a2 v2. This is the one form, and if components are given like u, v, and w, then continuity equation is equal to du by dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w by dou z equals to 0. This is for steady incompressible flow, okay, in Cartesian coordinate. Similarly, in polar coordinate, what we saw is dou by dou r of r into ur plus dou u theta by dou theta equals to 0. So these are all three are the different forms of continuity equation. Okay. After this, we discuss the velocity and acceleration. So velocity is equal to ui plus vj plus, what should I write here? Wk. Am I right? And the magnitude of v is equal to what? Remember, this is capital V and this is small v. This is total velocity. This is the velocity only in y direction. This is in x direction, y direction, and z direction. So we have this u square plus v square plus w square. Then we wrote equations for ax. Okay. So ax, if you want x, then it will be dou u by dou t. This is the local acceleration at in x direction plus u dou by dou x plus v dou by dou y plus w dou by dou z. Okay. I will write only one equation. Is this understood what I wrote here? See, if you want x, then you write u everywhere. Okay. If you want ay, you write v everywhere. Dou v by dou x, dou v by dou y, dou v by dou z. If you want z, what you will write here? Dou
W.
dou w by dou t plus u dou w. Is this clear? So a is equal to this. So if you are writing x, so I will just write for I. So I can be equal to, so if it is x, it will be, okay, it should not confuse you. So uv w, you just remember, for x it is u, for y it is v, for z it is, you need to play with w. Then a is equal to, that is a or capital A, you can write, it is ax square plus ay square plus a z square. This is the total acceleration. Total acceleration is equal to what? Local plus convective. So this is what? Local, right? Look, why it is called as local? Because there is no x, y, z, the space terms, only timing is there. So at local, if it is changing with time, then so this is related to the steadiness or unsteadiness. If it is 0, then flow will be steady. Okay, so this is the summary of what we studied in the morning class. Then we started to solve one problem, one numerical. Okay, and what was that numerical? Please take the screenshot and share in the group. Can you remind me what was? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
V equals to 2x square I, right?
Yes, yes.
Minus xy j plus 2ztk. Please just confirm.
Yes, this is the velocity that we found.
Okay. So in this case, x was given 1, y is given -1, and z is given 1, and t is given 2, right?
Yes.
So u is equal to this. Remember, v equals to what? Ui plus vj plus wk. So if we equate this, what you will get? U equals to 2x square, v equals to minus xy, and w equals to 2zt. If you just compare this, and if you put the values of xy, 1 minus 1 1, you get this as 2, and this as 1, and this as minus, or just 4. Okay, 2 1 4. Then v is equal to u square plus v square plus z square. If you put, you will get root 21, that is around 4.58. Am I right? Okay. Then we need to calculate the acceleration. We completed till here in the morning class. These are all units because the units is not mentioned, so you just write units. Otherwise, like meter per second or something, we need to. Now for acceleration, what is ax? What I told you, we need to write first dou by dou t plus u dou by dou y, dou x plus v dou by dou y plus w dou by dou z. Now, if I want acceleration in x direction, what should I write here everywhere?
U.
Doctor, there is no way shorter than this way to solve the acceleration.
No. Okay. What we can do, you already have the UVW. Okay. So you can directly take the derivative. Now, if you see, there is no term of t, right? In u. If you see this equation, is there any t term in this? No. So what will be the derivative of du by dt?
0.
0, because there is no t.
Yes.
So it is like constant or independent of time. So if it is independent of time, that means no change in time.
Yes. Yes.
Which 0 plus u is already 2. We calculated, right? Into dou u by dou x. So we have 2x square. What will be the derivative of this?
4x.
Derivative of x square is 2x, right?
Yes.
So 4x, okay? 4x, 4 into, what is the value of x? 1. Is that clear? So 2 into 4 into x. X is what?
1.
1. Plus v. If you see, v is 1 into dou u by dou y. Do we have y here? Yes. Right? What will be the derivative of this?
Minus x.
Minus x.
X.
Minus x. What is the value of x?
1.
1. So minus x means minus 1. Am I right?
Yes.
Plus. What is w? W is 4 into dou u by,
Can you make the
sorry,
Cos.
sorry. Okay, dou u by dou t 0. There is no t. Dou u by dou x 4x. This is correct. Now it is dou u by dou y. So there is no y here. We need to focus only on u. Okay. So v is 1, but in u there is no y, right? So it is independent of y. So derivative will be 0. Okay. Plus. Again, u is independent of z. There is no z. So derivative will be 0. So 4 into 0. So what it is coming out to be 8. Is this clear? By mistake we took for the v. Now similarly a y. Now for y we need to focus on
V.
v. Is there any term with time?
No.
No,
zero.
right? So
0.
dou v by dou t will be 0 plus derivative with respect to x. What will come out?
1.
Minus Y.
Minus y.
Minus y. So minus of, what is minus? What is y? Minus 1, right?
U.
Am I right?
Yes.
So let me write like this. U is 2
U. Yes.
into minus y. Minus of y is minus 1, right? Minus into minus is
Positive.
1. So into 1 plus v. V is 1 into dou v by dou y. So integration and derivative will be minus
X.
x. What is x? 1. So this will be minus 1 plus 4 into. Do we have any z term here?
No.
No. 0.
So it will be 0. So this is 2. 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay. Then a z. Now we have to focus on w. So this is 2z t. Do we have t? Yes, right? So what will be the derivative of this? 2z, right?
Yes. Right.
What is the value of z? 1. So 2 into 1. Okay, plus u as it is, that is 2 into. Do we
0.
have x here?
No.
No. We don't have x, right?
Yes.
So dw by dx, or the derivative of this, will be 0 plus 1 into, that is v is 1 into derivative of this w with y. There is no y, so
0.
0 plus, what is the value of w? Is 4. Now dou w by dou z. Do we have z? Yes, we have z. What is the derivative here? It will be 2t, right? Now what is the value of t?
2.
2.
So 2 into 2. So how much it is coming? This is 2 plus 16, 18 units. Now how to get a?
The square root.
A will be, okay, I will write top. I hope you understood this, right? So a equals to ax square plus ay square plus az square. Eight square plus
1 square.
1 square plus 16. So 18 is
18.
so 324, 325 plus 64. So I think 395. How much it is? 64.
Square root of
389.
389.
389. So around how much?
19.72.
Yes, 19.7 units. Because it is more than 361 and less than 400, so it will be around 19 plus. So this is acceleration. We have not discussed this in the morning. I mean the calculation. Nobody tried to calculate before the class.
For me, I haven't time.
Me too, doctor, because we have a lot of classes.
Okay.
Sorry, doctor.
Have you tried calculating the acceleration before this class?
No.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so acceleration is 19.7. I'm just want to confirm whether the answer is correct. Okay, so this is the way we get the velocity and acceleration if the components are given. So if it is 3-dimensional flow, you can get the u, v, and w, and then you will get the total value and total acceleration. Okay. Can you confirm whether this flow is the having the continuity equation is followed or not? Is it steady flow or unsteady flow?
Unsteady.
Why it is unsteady?
It change with time.
Yes, because if you see one of the factors, one of the term has t term in it. That means it is changing with time.
Also, doctor, there is acceleration. Acceleration means change in time.
Which acceleration?
That we found.
No. That acceleration is different. That see, okay, good point. See, A is equal to A local plus what I said, A convective, right? See, if A local means it is changing with A, acceleration means velocity is changing with the time. Okay. And here this is convective means this is with
Space.
space. Okay. So this is because it is non-uniform. At one location, for example, if there is a pipe at one location, okay, if at one location, if A is equal to, okay, I will take one more example, easy example for you. Say velocity is 150 meter per second. Whether velocity will change if it is constant area? Incompressible flow and area is same. You know that A1 V1?
No, it won't change.
V1 is equal to A2 V2. If area is not changing, velocity will not change, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in this case, what is the A convective? A convective is 0, right? Because from one place to another place, velocity or the acceleration is not changing. Velocity is not changing, so 0 acceleration simply. Okay. Now if I say that with the time, okay, this is becoming 150 or 130 meter per second after some time. So what will you say about the local acceleration and convective acceleration? See, this is t is equal to say 1 second and say this is 5 seconds. So t, two different times you have two velocities.
But the area is the same.
Yes. So here it is 150, so here it will be 150. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
It is 130 here, it will be 130 here, right?
Yes.
At this
Yes.
point, okay, do you say that local acceleration is 0?
No.
No.
Yes.
Why you say actually local acceleration is 0? Is it not changing with time, velocity here with time?
Not changing.
150, 130 with the
It's a-
time.
It's changing.
Ah,
with time.
okay. Yeah, I see.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So local is changing, but with convective it is not changing. Is that clear?
Yes.
This is one example. So in this case, A local is not 0, but A convective is 0. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
The flow velocity is 150 meter per second. Okay. At t is equal to 1, it is 150, and even t is equal to 100 second, it is same 150. Okay. So at this one location, and say here the velocity is say 130 meter per second. Okay, because A1 V1 equals to A2 V2, right? Now tell me,
We
what
don't
will
have a local acceleration, but we have a convective one.
do we have the local acceleration here? Local acceleration.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
no,
doctor.
no, we don't.
No, the same velocity.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
same
don't have.
velocity. Whatever is the time, 1 second, 100 seconds, 1000 seconds, it is not changing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So local acceleration is
0.
0.
Zero.
Convective acceleration,
Different.
Yes, we have.
yes.
Zero.
Because this is T1, T is equal to 1 second or T is equal to 100 second, it is same. So local acceleration here and here is 0. Only that we have the convective acceleration. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so two different cases I explained this. So the problem we solved has the one place local acceleration is not 0. The problem is just solved before this problem. If you remember, dou W by dou T is not 0. It is equal to some, I think 4 or something. Okay.
Yes.
So that's why it is not a steady. It is unsteady problem. It is, this one is unsteady problem. Sometimes it asks check whether the continuity equation is followed or not. So we need to use that equation and confirm it. Okay, that problem is very simple. You can do that just to check whether it is, if the flow is possible or not. Flow is possible if it continuity equation is satisfied. We did one problem in the polar coordinate, r sin theta plus r sin theta minus 2r sin theta becoming 0, right? So that was continuity equation was followed. That means the flow is possible. Okay. Now, sometimes what happens, U, V, W, two of them will be given and we need to find the third value. Okay, we need to find the third value or the third component. For example, we'll take a problem. Okay, there is a problem. There are one or two problems solved in the class, in the equation, in the RK Bansal book. But let's solve this. Say a U is given as 3x square y and V is given 2xy z cube, and we need to say find W. Considering that there is a continuous flow and it is given that continuity equation is followed. Okay, it see the problem can be U and W can be given, you need to find what V, or V, W will be given, you need to find U. So in any case, the procedure will remain same. What is the continuity equation in Cartesian coordinate? Okay, I hope the question is clear. The question is that there are two components given U and V. We need to find the third component. Okay, what is the procedure? We need to write we have x, y, z. So we need to write the continuity equation in the Cartesian coordinate. What is that? Can you tell me? Dou U by dou x plus dou V by dou y plus dou W by dou z should be equal to 0. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Okay. Similar to this, we solved in the morning class. Similar to this same problem. It was like this. In the polar coordinate, it was dou r u r divided by dou r plus dou u theta by dou theta equals to 0. This is for polar coordinate, and we solved a problem related to this, and we satisfied the continuity equation. But here, what is that? It is given that the continuity equation is satisfied. We need to find the third component. Two components are given, third we need to find out. Now, can you tell me what is dou u by dou x? Yes, please.
Six
Is it
xy.
6xy?
6xy. How you got? You took the derivative. See, 3y are constant here because we are derivating with the x, right? So what is the derivative of x square? 2x. So 2 into 3, 6. So 6xy. Very good. Can you tell me dou v by dou y?
2x
2x z cube.
2x z cube.
2x z cube. Okay. Can I put this in this equation?
Yes, right.
Okay. So 6xy plus 2x z cube plus what is remaining? Dou w by dou z equals to 0. Am I right?
Yes.
We put this in here. We put this here. What is remaining? This two. Okay. Now you keep this one side and keep the others on the other side. So it will become dou w by dou z equals to minus 6xy minus 2x z cube. Am I right?
Yes.
Taking on the other side. Now only we have only one derivative, right? Only one variable is derivation, right? So what we can write this as dw by dz as well, because only derivating with one variable. So no partial is required. Partial is required when we have more than one variables, right?
Yes.
Okay. So can I write that dw is equal to minus 6xy minus 2xz cube dz. Dz is now in multiply. Now I want w. What should I do?
Integrate.
Integrate with
Z.
here. Integrate with w.
Yeah.
Integrate with.
Z.
Is-
Am I right? So integration of dw is w. Like integration of dx is x. Integration of dw is w. What will be the integration of this?
Minus 6 zxy.
6xyz. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because this is all constant with respect to z.
Yes. Yes.
Minus,
2x
yes,
z over 4 z to the power of 4 over 4.
yes. So 2x z power 4 over 4. Okay. So I can cancel this with 2 with 4. So we'll get
1/2.
over 2. Okay. You know the integration, the main thing is that we need to add some constant
Yeah, plus c
C.
or any.
plus c, right? So instead of c, what we will write? Some constant which is a function of x and y. Why I wrote x and y?
Yeah, because if they were there, we will not integrate them.
Yes. So x and y, these are independent. So it can be a function of x, y. That is a constant.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if you take the derivative of this, you will get this directly. And this constant's derivative will become 0.
0.
Okay. So this is the third component which was asked. Can you get this?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Similar problems are there in the books, solved and unsolved. Please try to complete that.
Doctor, can you tell us the number of the questions that are the same of the problem?
Okay. Or I'm planning, you see, this is the first time I'm teaching. So actually I have to make the tutorial sheets. So in that I will give you the problems only related to our course.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor.
Okay.
Okay.
Any questions? So we studied about the kinematics of flow. Okay. There are many other things related to the kinematics of flow, but it is not, I mean, because you are the aeronautical students, you usually going to study the compressible flow. Okay. And those things whatever is there are the related to the compressible flows, incompressible flows in the book. So we will not study that. Aeronautical engineers usually use the air as medium. So we have the compressible flows problem. Okay. And compressible flow is a complete subject to you in the near future. And for mining students, usually they don't have the flow problems most of the times. Okay. So this is about the kinematics of flow. Now we'll go to our next chapter, that is the dynamics of flow. So till now we have completed 2 chapters. First was related to the basics of the physics, sciences, etc. In that we studied about the temperature, pressure, their units, etc., and how to measure. Okay. Then we also studied the hydrostatic forces. So we completed our statics. Okay. Then second chapter we completed the kinematics. Now we are going to study the dynamics. Okay. So I will give the assignments. Based on that, it will be clear to you that what is there in the first chapter, what is there in the second chapter. And so whatever is related to the kinematics is the second chapter. Whatever related to dynamics will be in the third chapter. Now dynamics of fluid flows. Okay, what is dynamics? We said dynamics
Motion.
are 2 branches, kinematics and
Kinetic.
kinetics. This is related to motion. Okay, and kinetic is related to
Force.
forces causing motion, right? The force which will start motion or tends to move
Yes.
some. So now we already studied the motion. We will combine now that forces causing that motion with motion. So that's why instead of kinetic, I am saying dynamics. Okay, because it includes the velocity acceleration as well. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the force, in our mind, first thing comes is the Newton's law of motion. Okay. What it says regarding the force is equal to mass time acceleration. Right. Now, if I ask you what are the different types of forces, then what you will say? There will be force due to the pressure. It is called as pressure forces. Then
gravity force.
Gravity force. Okay. Then because of the viscosity, there will be some forces. Viscosity means for example, one layer of flow is trying to move, but the second layer is resisting it to not to move. Okay. You know that property is called as viscosity, right? If viscosity is high, the forces are high because the motion, it will slow down the motion like friction, right?
Yes.
Okay. Plus,
Normal force, I think.
pushing force.
okay. In the flows, basically we have the pressure forces, gravity forces, viscous forces, and something related to the turbulence. Turbulence means if the flow is, instead of going smoothly, if it is going in zigzag way, because of that there will be some collision, etc., because of the turbulence. Okay. Then we have
Sorry
the,
again, doctor, please.
I'm explaining. Then because of the compressibility of the flow. So this is pressure force. You know this pressure force. It is P into area, right? Pressure into area is force, right? Okay. And what is gravity force? M into G. Okay. You know the shear stresses. If you have studied shear forces, have you studied mechanics of forces? You might have studied different compressive stress, tensile stress. Okay.
No,
No, we don't.
no.
So usually if the flow force is instead of normal, if it is say tangential, then we have the shear forces. For example, you are cutting apple. Okay. So if you see the force applied and the force which is cutting the plane, they are parallel, right? See, this is normal, right? If I'm doing this, this is like the normal. So this is like pressure force is normal, right?
Yes.
Okay. But if I'm cutting something, okay, like if I'm cutting lemon or anything, okay,
Okay.
when we are cutting something, what we are doing basically, the force is applied parallel to the area,
Yes.
not
Correct.
perpendicular. So that cutting is called as the shearing. Okay.
Sharing.
Shear. Shear means cut. Please shear this one means please cut this one.
Okay.
Okay. Shearing, like for example, cucumber, cutting in the different layers. Okay. Same thing happens in the material as well. You will study that, especially the mining students. You will study the shear forces, not related to the viscosity directly, not related to the fluids, but they will study the shear forces mostly in the rocks, etc. Okay. And many other places you will find the shear. See, when you break the rocks, it basically shears because you apply the force parallel to the cutting plane. So now in this case, it comes in the fluid, it comes because of the viscosity. See, these are the say layers. Okay. Now this is it is trying to go, but shear force is trying to resist it, this motion, right? This want to move, but this layer, okay, wants to resist it, right? So how it is, this force is parallel to this surface, right? So this is the related to this viscous force is related to the shear, and because if viscosity is high, this force is high. Okay. Do you know any fluid which has zero viscosity?
No, doctor, I think that's impossible.
Impossible.
Sorry again, the question, please.
Do you know any fluid which has zero viscosity? You know the viscosity, I think you say zuluja in Arabic, right? I think. So if you use any oil, you will find that it is like very viscous, like muddy.
In Arabic, we say لزج. Luzuja. I think so.
Yeah, that's I said. Zuluja, you said.
Mercury, it has, I think, 0.
Mercury. No, water has 0
Water
viscosity.
يا دكتور.
Water. See, can you feel any oiliness? Oiliness, I will say, in water,
No.
No.
right? So if oiliness is not there, that means it is having 0 viscosity. So ideal flow fluids are basically having the viscosity 0.
Okay.
Okay. See, those who tries to not go away from each other, they are viscous because they have the bonding, the cohesion or adhesion. Okay. So honey, etc., they have more viscosity. Okay. Water, if you just put a drop, it will just spread easily. Okay, because there is no viscous forces. Okay, so this is viscous forces. Then turbulence. See, turbulence means if the layer is going one side in this direction and turbulence is like another is coming in this way. I told you that turbulence means the flow will be not smooth. See, one layer is going in this direction, one layer is going in this direction. Because of that, there is collision and turbulence interaction. Am I right?
Yeah.
If you remember, what is laminar flow? Laminar flow is like this, smooth flow, layer by layer. So that is laminar. But what is turbulence? Turbulence means it is going, one is going in this way, another one is going zigzag way, any. Okay. So because of that, there will be some restrictions of the movement or collision of the particles. Is that clear? So those forces related to the turbulence are called as the turbulent forces. So T for turbulence or turbulent force. Now last one is the related to the compressibility. See, if the material is or the fluid is incompressible, that means it's not able to compress, then you can say it has no change in forces due to the compressibility. But for example, in a particular area where say in a particular room there were say for example 5 people and they were fighting with each other. Okay, but now instead of 5, if 10 more 5 more people joined them, now 10 people are fighting with each other. Don't you think that the effect will be different? So that is the case of the compressibility. So compressibility means instead of 5, now 10 molecules have come in a particular area. Okay, so their interaction will be now different. Okay, now for example, you can say instead of fighting, for example, 2 people talking in the room or 10 people talking in the same room, the effect will be different, right? So that is because of the compressibility, because number of molecules changes if it is getting compressed. If it is incompressible, that means the number of molecules in a particular area don't change with right, that property doesn't change. Is this clear? Compressibility.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so we have 5 different forces in the fluid flow because of the various things. Like one is because of the pressure, gravity, viscosity, turbulence, and compressibility. Okay, these all forces causes motion to change. Okay, that's why these are like, yes, that's why we are studying the dynamics. So these forces causes the change in motion or causes the body to move, causes the flow to happen. Is this clear? Now, this should be equated to the mass of the flow of fluid and its acceleration, because F equals to m into A. Am I right? See,
Yes.
this is different. Mg is mass into gravitational acceleration is gravity. This is not direct gravity. This is force. Okay. Okay. This is also, this is, you can say weight, but this is force, total force. Okay. Now, strictly speaking, this is direction dependent. Everything is dependent on the direction. So for example, if you want to calculate for the force in x direction, you have to consider everything in the x direction only, even the acceleration ax. If you remember, we calculated ax, ay, az, right? So if you are taking, if you want to calculate fx, then you have to take mass into ax. Okay, like that. I mean, in that particular direction, you need to consider this. Now we'll go to the some interesting things related to this. If I try to simplify this and consider the or neglect some effects. Say for example, if I want to study only incompressible flows, I'm saying incompressible. Incompressible means,
The density is constant.
yes, incompressible. Density is constant. Which force will be 0? Fc will be 0. Density is not changing. So there is no forces related to the compressibility. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if the total force is equated to only these four, then this equation is called as Reynolds equation for motion. If we neglect the compressibility force, then what is remaining? F is equal to Fp plus Fg plus Fp plus Ft. Now using this, if we get any equation, that equation is called as Reynolds equation.
Reynolds, doctor. What is the name?
Reynolds. So Reynolds equation of motion.
Doctor, we have to look Reynolds number before that.
Yes, yes. This is Reynolds equation. Okay, same person. He did very good work in the fluid flows. Reynolds, very famous. Even the viscosity, finding the viscosity, etc. He did many things related to the flows. Reynolds. Okay. Now, for example, if from the Reynolds equation, if we say that there is no turbulence, then what are the forces remaining?
Three
Sir?
forces.
What are those?
Pressure and gravity and viscosity.
Yes. If we say Ft is equal to 0. Okay. See, this black is related to the black. Okay, I'm writing again blue. So Ft is equal to 0 means the flow may be turbulence, but the forces causing are negligible. Is 0 means negligible. Then F becoming F equals to Fp plus Fg plus Fv, right? So using these three, Fp plus Fg plus Fv equals to m into A. If you by equating this, if you get any equation, that equation is called as Navier-Stokes equation. Navier-Stokes.
Doctor, why we don't add FC with them?
Fc is already
Included?
neglected, considering that it is incompressible. Now, Navier-Stokes means it is for incompressible flows as well as for
FT equals 0.
Ft equals to 0.
Okay. For both of them.
This is the complete equation. From this, I remove the compressibility. Now I remove the turbulence effect on the forces. Okay. If I further reduce this, say for example, I am applying for water. So which force will go down?
FV.
Viscosity?
For viscosity is 0 for water, right?
Yes.
So ideal flow, can I say ideal?
Is
flow?
it exactly 0 for water, doctor? Exactly
Yes.
0.
Yes. Ideal
Okay.
fluid viscosity is especially for water. Okay. Or say you can say if it is negligible, low viscosity fluid. Okay, then Fv is okay. Instead of direct 0, I will write negligible. See, we say incompressible. You can say theoretically water is incompressible, but still sometimes you can say that sometimes there may be compressibility. Okay. Anyways, so it is 0 or neglected. Then what will remain? F is equal to or Fp plus Fg is equal to m into A. Only pressure and gravity. Okay.
Doctor,
Then,
I have a question.
yes.
Ideal flow mean the flow has no
Ideal fluid, not
yes.
flow. Ideal fluid means viscosity is 0.
Okay.
Okay. Ideal fluid has 0 viscosity. Okay. So Fp plus Fg equals to Ma. So only pressure and gravity forces is equal to Ma. And the equation obtained from this is called as the very famous equation, that is Euler's equation of motion. So this is not, see, remember, this is not Reynolds. Okay, this is not Reynolds equation. This is not Navier-Stokes equation. This is not Euler's equation of motion. What I'm saying, equations obtained from this is called as Navier-Stokes equation. Remember this. Okay, when you equate this and if you get the final equation after derivation, that final equation is called as the Navier-Stokes equation. Fp plus Fg is equal to Ma is not Euler's equation, but from this you will get the Euler's equation. Okay, one more thing. Some people read this as Euler's equation, some read this as Euler. Okay, Euler or Euler, both are very common. Okay,